Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Stop Killing Games movement. I only saw this recently, didn't see too much about it beforehand, but apparently it's been going on for quite a while now. There's been a lot of interesting things happening regarding it, so I'm just here to talk about a few of them that I, missed maybe, but also, some other interesting aspects to them. I'm going to talk about my opinions on it as well, just so we can, all have a nice little discussion. This is a simple breakdown of it, so I'm just going to quickly explain it here before we start anything else. Stop Killing Games is basically a movement so far, from everything that I've seen. To put it in the most simple terms, Stop Killing Games is basically a movement to prevent game publishers from taking away games that people have paid for. This is a movement built off of making it so that players can play the games they pay for. It is to stop killing games. There's not really a better way to describe it. This is a movement entirely centered around keeping games alive. But there's been a lot of drama about it lately, not primarily because of, players' pushback. Most gamers hate when publishers are like, you don't own your game, you don't get any say in it, or they shut down the game randomly. Nobody likes that, right? People want to enjoy their game. Especially if they have to pay like $90 for it. It is a very important movement. Personally, I support it. Just from everything that I've seen so far, I think that it's really good to be able to keep my video games. I like them. To start this off, we're just going to be looking at something that happened recently, I think. Yeah, July 5th, that was totally recent. It's only been 4 days. I'm not late at all. And I'm not even going to try to explain everything. I'm terrible with words. You can watch the video. I will actually leave that in the description. I'm going to link in the description the YouTube channel, everything that you can go and look at. Every single little thing. Right? All of the details that I can actively find about Stop Killing Games, you can jump in there, enjoy a nice watch, read about it. There's some things that I still don't know. And I'm going to be going through all of this, so that next time, if there is another update to this, I'm able to actually go in there and talk about things in more detail. But right now, we're just going to look at it just a little bit of what's happening recently. Europe's largest video game lobby spoke out against Stop Killing Games, saying it'd make game dev too expensive. The lobby's board has members from EA, Ubisoft, Activision, and several other publishers who have permanently killed games. The issue is a lot of games release and then they just shut down. Like, the games are just gone. But basically, Stop Killing Games isn't about pushing to make live service games permanent. They don't have to host it forever. That's not what this is about. All I want is that when I buy a game, I want to actually be able to keep that game and play it when I want to play it. I don't care if it's a month after release or 10 years after the release. I want to be able to play the game. Video Games Europe claimed Stop Killing Games would make development prohibitively expensive for online-only games. Now, this isn't true. Online-only games, yeah, you could be like, oh, it would make it super expensive because it's only online. Just, here, I have a great idea. Make it so that, people can host their own servers and stuff or something. Make it solo. Make games that have the ability to play solo again. Other games, there's so many games that don't need to be online only. They can have offline capabilities. Reason why they make them online is so that they can shut it down. So that they can get people off of that game and move them to the next one. That's the entire reason this happens. Online only games push a lot more cosmetics, microtransactions. And they also just can cut the service at any point and release a new one with all of that right back in there. But none of that stuff that you paid for will stay. That's the type of issue. Stop Killing Games would make development too expensive. Meanwhile, EA. Listen, the video game budgets are absolutely massive. Like, the gaming industry is now a multi-billion-dollar industry. This isn't like a tiny thing anymore. Video games have the budget of Hollywood movies, if not more. StopKillingGames.com. This is the okay. I should have explained this earlier, but this is for Europe at the moment. So it is extremely important that this happens. So if you are European, go to StopKillingGames.com and sign the petition. Remember, you have to be from Europe here, okay? I mean, you guys can read onto it. There's also like past actions, EU petition, frequently asked questions. You can look at all these. You can see like they have a lot of information. They give a lot. They're talking about this a lot. Ubisoft wants gamers to destroy all copies of a game once it goes offline. Alright, 8. Termination. The EULA is effective from the earlier of this date you purchase, download, or use the product until terminated according to its terms. You and Ubisoft or its licensors may terminate this EULA at any time for any reason, which is stupid. Termination by Ubisoft will be effective upon A. Notice to you, or B. Termination of your Ubisoft account, if any, or C. At the time of Ubisoft's decision to discontinue offering and/or supporting the product. This EULA will terminate automatically if you fail to comply with any of the terms and conditions of this EULA. Upon termination, for any reason, you must immediately uninstall the product and destroy all copies of the product in your possession. But this is like a massive issue. Like, I just can't believe it. I'm like, honestly, this is the entire reason why gamers don't like purchasing video games like that. Like, this is entirely why I don't buy AAA games anymore. I'm not interested in them. I would rather buy indie games because it feels like there's not only more passion in them, but I also am more confident that they won't be like, delete your game, we're stopping service, right? Like, this is actively a problem. EA is shutting down Anthem servers. Players will not be issued any refunds, and the game will no longer be playable after January 12th, 2026. I believe Anthem, that wasn't like a recent game, but it may have been like 2018, around that. Future me, you should totally grab an image of that and try to put that on screen, because that would be really helpful, and if I can't do that, then fuck. A pretty good, like, example of it. So it's like, it's just making games stay active in a way that allows players to just play their game. For example, yeah, allowing players to continue to play the game after publisher support ends, right? Okay, removing forced online checks, right? Removing forced online checks. That is the easiest way to do it. For example, every time you log into like a game like Call of Duty, you have that little pop-up that you have to log in, right? You have to sign in. It takes that little moment where you log into your account and stuff. That is what is the problem. That's a big problem, right? Patching a game for local net play. That's also a solution. Local, right? Let people host their own stuff, making it so that they can play their games as they want to, when they can. This isn't pushing developers to spend millions of dollars on continuing to host games that they have cut support for. Thank you very much, human. As he picks, thank you very much. This isn't the entirety of Stop Killing Games. It's not drama. It was just a tiny little piece of it, all because of one person. Alright? Look at the big picture. Does this affect you? Is this something important to you? Do you enjoy video games? Then this is something that you're going to want to read up on. It's a huge deal. So I wanted to spread awareness a bit. There's a lot of people who already have, but you never know. Maybe there's like a few people, a tiny little bit of people who didn't see anything about it. And this is their video that they saw that's talking about it. And if that's the case, then that's awesome, and I'm happy to have at least pushed them in the direction that they can look into it. I don't know what else to say about it. This is very important. As somebody who has played video games for the entirety of my life, since I was a toddler, I have had access to video games. I played video games with my family for years. That's what I grew up on. Video games are more than just a hobby to me. They're my childhood. They were everything in my life. All of the good memories that I have had, a vast majority of them are video games. This is more than just a hobby. This is a piece of my life, and seeing that others may not be able to experience that in the same way that I did, it hurts, and that's why I want people to know about this. I want people to look at this and think about not just yourselves, but think about people that are kids that are going to grow up playing video games. If we don't make video games more accessible, more protected, then people may not be able to enjoy that experience as we did. I want that protected. I want gaming to not just be a distant hobby. I want it to be a core memory for people. Something that they can be excited about again. Movement. Be sure to check it out. I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye. My throat hurts.